Halia, welcome. I went on a 8-day tour in Australia from the northern part to the southern part, or Northern Territory to the southern Australia. I flew from lots of different places, from Melbourne to ending up in Uluru. And in this small town, or this small area, there are a bunch of campgrounds and different places to stay, and that's where I got the tour from. And we also stayed at a campground at Ayers Rock. This was a cool little town. Has some restaurants, some museum there as well. Some of the stuff you were unable to, in the museum, you were unable to take videos of, which is perfectly fine. But some neat cafes there. Just a nice little area to shops, a grocery store to pick up things that you need. Also around the area, they have some nice little walks, little trails, lookouts that you can go see, and see Uluru, which are kind of nice. It was pretty windy that day, and I didn't know, but soon it would start kind of raining a little bit. But very cool little deserty place. They also have like a little theater, and some guy also playing the didgeridoo, kind of teaching people, more about the instrument. So Uluru, or Ayers Rock, has a lot of history to it. If I can remember, Dan, our tour guide, said that during like different 60s, 70s political stuff, they finally gave the land back to the Aborigines, these 4 different groups of Aborigines, 4 different kinds of groups of Aborigines. So this is a federal park and not run by the Northern Territory parks. So some quick facts about Uluru. It's about 300 meters, or a little bit more than 300 meters above the surrounding plain, above the ground. The circumference, walking it, is around 9 kilometers. I believe Dan, the tour guide, said that it's approximately like over 556 million years ago that it was formed. There's also a portion of it that is underground. It is a very has a lot of cultural significance for the different tribes around the area. It's a very spiritual landscape that a lot of the tribes came to as a central location. I forget the tribes' names. It's like Batakajara, Yunkajara, and 2 others. And they used to have climbing a long time ago. You could climb up Uluru, but now it has been prohibited. You cannot do that. Also, for some certain areas of Uluru, no photographing or videographing in respect to the cultural sites. It is rare to see waterfalls here at Uluru. it's only witnessed by like 1% of visitors. Luckily enough, on the days that we spent, or the 1-2 days that we spent at Uluru, we did get to see some very cool waterfalls. But yeah, it's a monolith. Although some geologists like to technically say it's not a true monolith because it's composed of many layers of arcos, and that it connects to other underground. It extends, but it is still considered very popular as one of the world's greatest monoliths. So you can walk most of the circumference of Uluru, and along the walk you'll have different plaques for certain areas telling about the history or cultural or spiritual connection of that site. And yeah, this is just an extraordinary experience. It has such rich history and a deep cultural meaning and just a natural wonder here in Australia. So how Uluru was formed? If I remember correctly, basically there were these ancient mountains formed 9 million years ago. They once stood in the area. Over those millions of years, erosion broke them down into sand, gravel, rock. This sediment was collected in a basin, and all that sand and rock was washed into an inland sea basin, the basin called Amadeus Basin or something like that. And that material piled up and compressed into rock. Then, with powerful earth movements, the land tilted and rose, pushing the layers of rock nearly vertical. And then, pushing it up from underground, and everything else around it, wore away, leaving this big red rock that we see today. So after Uluru, we went back to the campground. Again, due to the rain and stuff, we were unable to sleep outside, so we had to sleep in these little shelters. So I had a sleeping bag and everything. Again, it was unfortunate that it was raining here at the rock, but also very cool because we did get to see later on the waterfalls at Uluru.